Hello, my name is Mikołaj Maria Dawidowski. Welcome to another video. This is part 4 already, would you believe that? Of the manifestation series. I didn't think I would do this. I didn't think it would happen so soon. I didn't think. Because you don't have to think. Because we're exploring the I am today. And a completely separate video had to be dedicated to this. Because it is different than anything that you know. Because it is the first level where you're outside of duality. We're talking about unity here. And the rules of unity are completely different than the rules of duality. And they work in a completely different ways. They're far simpler. But because they're so simple, we have a tendency to reject them because we like to condition ourselves that everything has to be hard. And so here comes this video. On the level of I am, you unfold yourself within infinity and you develop your awareness and your consciousness as the continual unfoldment of that which you are, because I am that I am, right? And so as you explore yourself within the unfoldment of infinity, you start to recognize the infinite nature of the self. And you start to recognize the way the infinity unfolds itself within itself. There is going to be a lot of language like this. So this is why there's a video dedicated just for this. Because it's completely different than what I've been talking about up to this point. You are an absolute infinity, and you unfold yourself within that infinity, and you collapse yourself within a certain point within that infinity to give you, and you do it continuously over and over again, to give you the illusion of the perception of the linear time pattern. And so as you develop your consciousness and you recognize that there isn't anything to do because you manifested already the absolute perfect life, and you've asked yourself the question, what now? Maybe you didn't even have to ask yourself that question. You just recognize that there's absolutely nothing to be done and that everything was absolutely perfect. You naturally jumped into the space of the heart, because in the space of the heart there is absolutely nothing that you gotta do, because everything is already done. It's all done because it's infinite. On the level of the heart is very specific, and I always struggled to a certain degree to word it with human language because it's experiential. This is why I put so much stress on experience and practice rather than words, because words will get you roughly up to here, and anything beyond that, we're gonna be using metaphors to describe certain metaphors at best. You know, it's like, and once you reach like here, you just have to show it. And even when you're showing it through practices, it's vague, very vague at best, you know, my friend. And so you gotta experience it for yourself, the unfoldment of infinity within yourself, and observe the collapse of infinity onto itself. And as you manage to do that, you recognize the I am that I am within the I am. And so you can tap into it by doing that. Once you recognize the I am that is within the I am, then you can tap into the unfoldment and foldment of, or folding within the infinity. And when you do that, then you can collapse yourself infinitely within the present moment. You instantly become a different person. Now I'm this, now I'm this, now I have this personality, now I have this personality. And the more fluid you become, let's just call it, the more precise and the more experienced you become within this, the greater and grander changes of the self you'll be able to perform within the present moment. Because on this level, there is no future anymore. Because there is nothing to be done, so there is no manifestation to be had. I talked about creation and I said, within the present moment you do that. Within the present moment you snap and you stop being drunk. Within the present moment you go into the restaurant and they have the soup for you and you just eat the meal. Because it's in the present moment. There is no future on the level of the heart or higher. Because future doesn't exist. Future is a concept that you can play with on the first 3 chakras. But once you move as an awareness into the space of unity, which is the heart, then it's a completely different game. Because there is only the present moment, and within the present moment you unfold yourself within infinity. And anytime you go into the present and into the past, you go back down into the games. You know? And so on the level of the heart, you're always in the present moment, and it becomes very abstract and very convoluted with words, because you are creating and you're choosing to create, but not from the space of creation as a god, but from the space of the infinity that you are, because you are abundance, you are health, you are wealth, you are that which you are, because you have chosen to collapse your perception upon that which you are. You have chosen to focus yourself within yourself upon the infinity, and within that infinity you have chosen to perceive yourself in a certain way and therefore collapse the wave function in such a way that you become it. And so you're it. And there is no process to be had, because from the space of infinity you are already everything. A good example that I use is emotions. You have absolutely all of the emotions within yourself, but you're just choosing to collapse yourself within the infinity on just one specific emotion, or 2 or 3 at any given time. You can feel a mixture of few, right? But you have all of them accessible and available to you at any given moment. So from your totality, you are an infinity, and from that infinity you're choosing to collapse yourself through focus upon certain personality, upon certain state of being, upon certain state of direction within life. And this is exactly why I didn't mention any of this in the previous videos, because it would just confuse you. There's going to be part 2 to this video, so it's gonna be part 4.5. Blessings be upon you, my friend. I hope what I said makes sense to you. Have a listen to it again if need be, but I understand how convoluted this may seem if you have not experienced it directly, and tapping in to the space of infinity is not something that you can wish for, because the moment you want it, then you perceive yourself as that you have to do something to get it, and it's not that. You don't have to do anything, because you're already perfect as you are. And the moment you recognize that, then you're gonna naturally be there, because it's a state of being, not a state of doing. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bless you.